Hey everyone, Sean with Shertzer Bookkeeping here. Well, I was just thinking about what kind of video to make next for my bookkeeping series, and it came to me that I actually just had this happen with my own firm's books, and also had it happen with another company, another business I was helping with fairly recently. So I figured it would make a good video. So let me kind of walk through what was going on. So first of all, I do need to make a sales receipt here. It can be a sales receipt or an invoice, doesn't matter. But let's go ahead and make a sales receipt here. So let's go ahead and use Sound Studio here. Let's say the sales receipt, let's say it's, I provided service to them on March 3rd. I'm going to move my little window here, my little video thing. Okay, so I want to make two so you can see the difference. So let's say the first one was for AV Tech Services, and I provided them 2 hours at $100 each. So this one's going to be $200, okay? Let's actually just make this kind of a weird number just so it'll stand out. So let's say it's $142, $284 total. Okay. And we're going to, we do want to put it to the payments to deposit category or account. Okay, and let's go ahead and save this one. So this is on March 3rd. And let's do another one. Let's do a sales receipt here. We're going to do Sound Studio again. We're going to make this one March 5th. And we're going to do this one just using their services product or service. Okay, so let's say this one was $150. Two of them, 2 hours at $150 each for $300 total. Okay. And now let's save and close that one. Okay, so now let's go look at our P&L reports. So let's go to standard reports right here. And we're going to look at our profit and loss. So we are looking at this period. This is just going for this year to date, January 1st through March 20. It is March 23rd when I'm recording this. But I only have $284 worth of services here. I did a sales receipt for March 3rd and a sales receipt for March 5th. So let's drill down into this. Let's see, $284. That looks like that's the first one I did for Sound Studio. Yep, payments to deposit. Yep, okay. But where's the other one? Well, that's a good question. And that is the point of this video. So let's go ahead and go into our customers list here. Let's make sure we did that sales receipt right. So we're going to go into the customer. And okay, so we did 2 sales receipts here, $284 and $300. So let's look at that. Let's look at this sales receipt. It's still payments to deposit. That is okay. That's depositing to our payments to deposit account. Everything else looks right. Maybe it's a QBO. Maybe it's a glitch. So let's go back to our reports because QBO does glitch from time to time. Maybe it just was a delay or something. Oh, nope. We still only have $284 showing. And now that is the point of this video, is where did that one go? So I'm going to go back to our sales here. Sales receipt, March 3rd, $284 paid. Everything looks good on here. Let's compare them. So AV Tech Services, $284. March 3rd, payments to deposit account. Okay, everything looks good here. And then this one, so we did use a different product or service, and that is the key, kind of. It could be, it is the key to this issue, but let's take a look at everything else. So everything else is the same. The amount is different, but it's the same thing. It should be going into that income account. But let me ask you a question. Where does that income account come into play? Like, where can we find what income account it's going to? Well, I'm glad I asked. And I'm glad you asked, because you're the one watching the video here. So we need to look into our products and services list. So let me go down here. Let me close out of this sales receipt. And if you go into your products and service list, we can look at it here. You can click right here and go into it. And then also you can click the gear icon in the upper right-hand corner. Go to products and services. That's going to take you to the same screen. Okay, let's see. AV Tech Services. Let's take a look at this. Let's edit that and see what's going on. AV Tech Services. I sell the product or service to my customers. Sales price 100. Look, income account to services, which is an income account in the chart of accounts. Okay. So let's remember what this looks like. All right, now we're going to save and close it. Let's look at services, because this is the other product or service we use on the second receipt. That's $300 even. Let's go to edit. Services. I sell this product service to my customers. That's correct. Sales price, nothing. That's fine. But look, the income account is going to the cash account. Well, I could see where you could think, hey, if it's going to go to cash, if I'm collecting cash, then it needs to go to cash. That's a reasonable assumption, but it's not correct. What we want to do is we want to make this income account go to whatever income account we're using on the to record our income. So like the other category, services. So let's scroll down here and find services. Okay, so we're going to pick services as our income account. Now we have a sales receipt already in QuickBooks. And what I want to do is I want to make this apply to any historical stuff I already have in QuickBooks. I don't want to have to redo it. So let's check the box that says also update this account in historical transactions. Now, I don't know if you were paying attention or not, but this didn't show up until I changed the income account. It's not here normally. Now let's see if it'll disappear again. Okay, so it disappeared. So unless you're going to change your income account, that box is not going to show up. So when you are changing the income account, that's when it shows up, because it wants to know, do you want to update this for anything historical, meaning anything that's in QuickBooks already? Do you want to update it for that? In this case, yes, I do. Okay, so I check that and then save and close. Let's go back to edit it. Let's make sure it took. Okay, income account is now services. That matches what this one says. So let's see if that worked. So I'm going to go back to my P&L, standard reports, and then profit and loss. Look at what had happened. Now it's $584. Remember, the first time it was only $284. So let's drill down into it. And now we can see both sales receipts. So let me recap. What we did was, when we set this services category up, or it's not a category. Services is a category, but this specific thing is not. This is a product or service. So when this was set up, or if somebody goes in after and changes it, it was pointing to an income account of cash, which number one was incorrect. Number two, it's on the balance sheet. So if we had looked at the balance sheet, it would have shown up there. In fact, let me show you that, because I didn't show it to you before. So let's go back to how it was, and I will show you on the balance sheet how it would show up, because nothing else is in the cash category, I don't think. And QuickBooks is being slow, so let me try to do this one more time here. There we go. Now it's negative 300 because of that sales receipt. Because it shouldn't be in here. So now let's go back. We saw the P&L before, but let me show it to you on the balance sheet when this is done correctly. Now there's no cash account because nothing's in it. So there you go. So if you ever seem to be missing income, check your products and services and make sure those are all pointing to the correct income account that should be showing up on the profit and loss. That is a big thing that I saw recently. Like I said, I actually had it happen in my own firm. I created a sales receipt and forgot to do that because I used a different product service than I normally do. But that is one big reason why the income is not going to be correct, or if it isn't showing correct. And as always, if you have any questions or are looking for a big bookkeeper to do your bookkeeping for you so you can get the time back to focus on the other areas of the business, please reach out. My phone number is being shown on the screen right now. Have a great day, everyone.